Wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the dreaded D-Rose Report. Am I glad to see you? Wish it was the other way around. Hey, former ECW WWE star Blue Meanie was shown on the screen during Friday's Philadelphia Phillies baseball game, and it was the father and son day at the New York Yankees game. We seen Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon were both shown together on their baseball screen during the game. Isn't that darling? F4WOnline.com said after last night's Raw went off, The Undertaker Triple H wrestled to a no contest in the short match that we've seen Carlito, CM Punk, Luke Gallows, and other heels interfere throughout the whole match, I guess. Lillian Garcia, by the way, she made an appearance, of course, on last night's Raw. She said this was a one-time deal to help out WWE and the Raw crew. Since they were stuck overseas, she wrote on her Twitter account, "Wow, what a night." Was called in to announce for Raw since Raw superstars and Justin were stuck in Europe. Glad to help, felt great. Glad to get a paycheck too. Anyway, as of Sunday night, WWE creative team still didn't have a script to finalize for last night's Raw, and it kind of showed too if you watched it. They were up late Sunday night working on the show with the Raw crew's status still being unknown for tonight's SmackDown taping, by the way. So they've written a script for the show to feature SmackDown stars like normal, but if there's a chance the Raw crew, makes it back from Ireland in time for tonight's SmackDown and NXT, taping from Mohegan Sun Center in Connecticut, the chances, that happens kind of slim. But anyway, they're going to have probably the Raw crew invading SmackDown, I guess. So it'll be kind of an even exchange. Eve Torres wrote on her Twitter account that the Raw crew went bowling last night in Belfast and then watched Raw at 2 a.m. TNA has announced that the following for next Monday's Impact that will tape tonight in Orlando, which it really don't sound like too bad a show. TNA says it's going to be Rob Van Dam's first appearance as world champion and AJ Styles' reaction to it. Debut Bischoff's new world title ranking system, which I could care less. Ric Flair versus Abyss, with the winner getting Hulk Hogan and Flair's Hall of Fame rings. I kind of wonder whether they're actually the real rings that's getting passed around. Probably, it could be. Matt Morgan and a partner versus Team 3D for the TNA tag titles. Kaz versus Shannon Moore for the TNA X Division title. WWE offered refunds, by the way, to fans at last night's Raw in East Rutherford because the Raw roster wasn't able to be there, and fans wanting to get a full refund, they could bring their ticket to the Izod Center box office tomorrow morning. Don't know how many people did that, but I would have, I don't know how they did. Everybody, I would think, would probably try and get their money back anyway. Anyway, Yoshi Tatsu versus Zack Ryder and John Morrison versus Carlito was taped last night for this upcoming Thursday's WWE Superstars. Airport in UK may not be open for use Tuesday like originally planned, which means the Raw crew may be stuck a little bit longer. New ash clouds started from the volcano eruption, causing more problems. Airport in Scotland and other UK areas may open Tuesday, and WWE might be able to use other forms of transportation to get the crew from Ireland to wherever they need to be so they can fly out. The volcanoes that way. Ric Flair at Abyss with Hogan's Hall of Fame ring and Flair's ring on the line will be in tomorrow's taping. Now, that's, by the way, what I was telling you about that's going to air next Monday. And as far as I know, this Thursday, they've got the replay going on. Rob Van Dam, in his new World Heavyweight Championship after defeating AJ Styles at last night's Impact, Rob Van Dam defeated Jeff Hardy earlier in the night to become the new number one contender that night to go after the title. And there was a big celebration for RVD with red and yellow confetti falling from the rafters. Several TNA stars came to the ring with Dixie Carter and Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and Vince Russo to congratulate the RVD. And then they burnt one. I don't know whether they did. RVD probably did somewhere. Well, anyway, as was to be expected, was so much uncertainty regarding the availability and for last night's Raw in New Jersey. WWE creative team did not format the show until yesterday afternoon. It was not clear whether Triple H and members of the SmackDown brand, including Undertaker, are going to be the focal point. The cast of MacGyver hosted the show, but it kind of showed, didn't it, that it was not just regular, like your normal Raw, I guess. It's kind of patchy or something. I don't know, something different about it. And a follow-up story broken today regarding Triple H's replacing Batista in the lead of WWE film Killing Karma. Sources have confirmed that Big Dave is unhappy with the decision. Batista wants the opportunity to break out as a movie star, and Lee Bro and the project obviously represented a step in the right direction. And Batista's comment on that, he said, "Damn!" WWE's reasoning for the replacement, though, according to insiders, is that Batista has yet to sign a deal with the company. And its primary motives for casting wrestlers in this movie is to raise the profit of its roster, profile of his roster. And Triple H obviously is not going anywhere, so he represents a more surefire investment for the cause. Because Batista's been talking about advertising for retirement for quite a while, so they don't want to put a bunch of investment into him and up and quit. Apparently TNA knew either Wednesday or Thursday night that Sean Waltman wasn't going to be appearing at last night's Sunday night's Lockdown pay-per-view. And another source said that TNA rep spoke to Waltman Friday, and he was told he would be there. So a new report says that the no-show announcement by TNA last night was done so they could cover up the fact that he would not be there, despite yesterday, Waltman is now expected to work TNA Impact, the rest of the time. So we don't know whether Waltman was sick. He could have been drunk. Could have burnt one with RVD. I don't know. But Waltman's telling people at the GLC Indie show that he was not going to do the job for TNA Lockdown. Pre-sale tickets for Fatal 4-Way pay-per-view kicks off tomorrow at 10 a.m. via Ticketmaster. The passcode, by the way, if you ever do any of that, is NVMC. NVMC. Fatal 4 tickets is going to be sold at the Nassau Coliseum in Long Island. WWE returns to Germany in November for the following dates and location if no more silly-ass eruption goes on. This is November 11th, 12th, 13th. First day they're going to be at Nuremberg Arena, Landex Arena, and SAP Arena in Mannheim. Tickets go on sale May 1st, if you're listening over there, at 9 a.m. for all the events. WWE's event in Istanbul, which was postponed, has been rescheduled for November 14th. Tickets originally is going to be honored for that night too, November 14th. In addition to Istanbul, rescheduling WWE's event in Istanbul, Australia has been, Istanbul, Innsbruck, Australia has been rescheduled for November 10th. And tickets originally is going to be honored on that day too. Unfortunately, the WWE event in Graz, Australia, for November 10th has now been just canceled altogether. So, man, they're going to have to reschedule and retool a bunch of things because of all this silly stuff going on. Ric Flair threw out the first pitch at St. Louis Cardinals game last Friday to promote tonight's or the other night's Lockdown. TNA's Sacrifice pay-per-view is going to be held on May 16th from the Impact Zone, in Orlando. And as of now, it's going to be pay-per-view. All the pay-per-view events are going to be done there until Bound for Glory, I guess. So I think the TNA Impact did a 0.72. Just want to let you know about 900,000 people about out of time. So thanks for clicking. I got to go.